Hello, hi guys. I'll get started in a couple of minutes, waiting for more people to join. Resume mock you can schedule, I think. You can schedule a 1v1 session, and in that 1v1 session, you can get your resume mock done. I think you guys have unlimited mocks, so you can just book a slot and you can say that I want to get my resume reviewed in this. So guys, did you get a chance to take a look at the homework questions? Yeah, so I hope both of them were pretty simple. So how many were able to solve it? Yeah, nice. Try to solve the homework questions regularly, guys. Yeah. So one of the questions that I gave in homework came in lead code daily challenge. Yeah, I remember. It was the reverse words in a string, right? Yeah. And how were the project sessions this weekend? Were you guys able to make any projects? Nice. So everybody at least have two good projects in your resume now. That Sudoku game project I only introduced. Earlier, I took a project building session and I did that Sudoku one. And that is the one that is used everywhere now. Whatever has been done in the project building session, guys, try to add your own touch to it. If you have learned one thing, you should keep in mind that each and every one of your mates has also learned the same thing. So try to add your personal touch to everything. नहीं तो सबके पास सेम ही प्रोजेक्ट हो जाएगा, right? personal touch, like let's say that you know how to make a note taking app. Okay. Now, note taking app ke saath saath, you can add something on top of it. Let's say that you are interested in the stock market. So instead of a note taking app, you create a app that you can use to keep a track of the stocks that you like. तो ये हो गया पर्सनल टच. तो नोट टेकिंग ऐप भी नहीं रहा एंड इट इज बेटर. सुडोकू गेम के लिए सुडोकू में भी यू कैन ऐड डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ डिफिकल्टी लेवल्स. यू कैन ऐड सम गुड फ्रंट एंड जिससे थोड़ा डिफरेंट लगे. इट शुड नॉट बी समथिंग दैट एवरीबॉडी हैज मेड. ब्रिक ब्रेकर, अच्छा वो डीएक्स बॉल के जैसा गेम क्या? अब जैसे यू हैव प्लेड लॉट ऑफ वीडियो गेम्स पहले, राइट? तो एक गेम बना लिया, सो आई थिंक यू मे हैव कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑन द फिजिक्स दैट इज इन्वॉल्व्ड, हाउ टू राइट द कोड फॉर द फिजिक्स. सो उसके अलावा यू कैन क्रिएट अ पिंग पोंग गेम जिसमें ब्रिक ब्रेकर का ही एक्सटेंशन है. दोनों तरफ पक्स रहेगा एंड दोनों बॉल को हिट करेगा. मल्टीप्लेयर हो जाएगा वो, राइट? थोड़ा खुद से सोचो, बी इनोवेटिव, टेक सम टाइम एंड make something unique, not a copy of what was done in class or a copy of what your friend is doing. If you have a working demo of the project, explanation becomes very simple. उसको खोल लो, प्रोजेक्ट को खोल के दिखा दो, बोलो ये ऐसे चलता है, ये वैसे चलता है. अब इसमें पीछे एरर हैंडलिंग है, कॉर्नर केसेस चला के दिखा दो, ऐसे ही होता है. I hope my screen is visible, everyone. I'll just mute everyone because you guys don't mute yourselves. ठीक है. अपना फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या था? रिवर्स वर्ड्स इन अ स्ट्रिंग. आई थिंक दिस इज प्रीटी सिंपल, राइट? सबको आ गया होगा. Even if you have not solved it, I think trying to figure out the logic for this question is very simple. क्या करना है अपने को? The sky is blue. You just have to reverse the words that occur. So blue is the sky. मतलब basically you want to find the reverse of the string and you also want to keep the space in between, right? अब इसमें the edge cases are that if there are more than one or more spaces before or after the word, then you have to escape them. मतलब basically उनको consider नहीं करना है. So you have to strip your string. Is that clear, everyone? You can trim, yes. So basically the first thing that I want to do is s is equal to h dot trim. Is this clear, everyone? Why am I doing this? You can use collections dot reverse or you can use a simple for loop to swap, right? ठीक है. अब now you want to add the existing string. Either you can create an array list or you can just create another string and split your existing string and you can just add it in reverse to the other string. So I can just do string answer is equal to blank, or you can use a string builder as well over here. Yes, trim will remove the extra space. So these two extra spaces on both the sides will be removed. ठीक है. Is this clear, everyone? Now what will I do? I will create an array of strings. I will basically split my existing string into an array of strings. So I can say string array is equal to s dot split and I will split it by a blank. Is this clear, everyone? Yes. Now I am coming to that, Sagar. Wait. So now guys, I have added this blank over here, but any two words can have more than one blank space also in between, right? Is that possible? Any two words can have more than one blank space in between, है ना? Now, in order to tackle that case, I want to just add a plus over here. What does this plus mean? This plus means that whatever character is over here, it will take multiple, it will split it by multiple instances of that character. So if only one character, only one blank character is present in between two words, then also it will split it. If more than one blank character is present, then also it will split it. Is this clear? Right. So for example, this one, you can see that there are three blank characters over here. If I split, okay, let me do it on OpenJDB. Excuse me. So let's take Java. Let's say my string is this one only. Right. Okay. Now let's say that I do s dot split based on a single blank space, right? And now for okay. So system.out.println, I'm printing. One second. Increase the font size. Yeah. ठीक है, इसको रन करते हैं. Yeah. So you can see that because of that multiple blank spaces in between, the string is getting divided in a different way. So let's discuss how did it get divided. Yeah. So let me create a new page. Okay. So this is my string, guys. अब क्या हो रहा है? Since there are multiple blank spaces over here, this is a blank space. I'm denoting it with a B. Okay. Now the first split is happening for A. So I'm getting A in my output, right? After that, I have a blank space. I'm getting this good in my output, right? After this, I am having one blank space. So what is that doing? It does not differentiate between the blank character and any other character. It will just give me a blank character in the output. Why? Because I have a blank character here. And then since I have a blank character here again, it will say again another blank character in my output. And then finally I get the example. But do I want these blank characters? I only want the words, right? That is why I will split by this particular expression. What will that do? Even if there are multiple blank characters in between, it will consider it as a single blank character. Okay? This is the simple explanation. Is this clear to you guys now? So you can see that if I just add a plus over here, the split happens. You can see I'm getting only the words, not the blank character. Is this clear, guys? Split A is also possible. You can split with literally any character. So split is clear, right? I will have all my words in my array now. ठीक है? अब क्या करना है? अब खाली I want to run a loop in reverse order and add my words to the answer, right? I want to run a loop in the reverse order and add my words to the answer. So I can do for INTI is equal to ARR dot left minus 1. I should be greater than equal to 0, and I can do I plus plus. What do I want to do, guys? I want to do answer is equal to answer plus yeah, I explained the use of trim. Oh, sorry, I minus minus. Thanks. Answer is equal to answer plus ARR I plus a blank space, and at the end I can return ANS dot trim. Yes, string builder would be better and faster because string data type is immutable. So you can have what was the syntax of string builder? Yeah, we don't need to import it, so no problem. I can do just call it ANS and ANS dot append. I want to append ARR I plus a blank, right? And I can do ANS dot to string dot trim. It should also work. Yeah. Okay. So is this clear, everyone? Do you want a dry run? Anybody not understanding any particular part? Just let me know. We can also reverse the whole string, including words, and then reverse the words using 2 pointers. This will take constant space. Yes, it will take constant space, but I think time complexity will be more, right? Explain trim once again. So trim basically just take the word trim in the literal sense. Okay? Take the word trim in the literal sense. So if I have a string that has, let's say, clear, right? And there are blank spaces on both sides of clear, right? Is this a proper sentence? No. Why? Because I have blank spaces towards the front and ahead. So if I call dot trim on a string that is looking like this, what will it do? It will remove the blank spaces before and after any particular valid character. So it will just be clear. Is this clear, everyone? What is the toString syntax? So string builder dot toString करोगे, string builder का any object of type string builder, if you do toString, it will give you the string inside the string builder. String builder is just a basically a class that you can use to manipulate strings. I hope everybody knows that string is a immutable data type, right? String is a immutable data type. Do you know that? Yes. So string में whenever you perform concatenation, what happens is a new string is allocated. Rather than editing the actual string, whenever you perform concatenation, a new string will be allocated. But the same thing does not apply for a string builder. You can manipulate a string builder in any way you want, and then you can get the string out of it. Yes, a new object is created every time you concatenate. Is this clear, everyone? We can use strings also in split. What do you mean? Time complexity of this is O of n because I'm running a loop right here. Trim the time complexity that I'm not aware of. Let's see. Trim Time complexity of trim eliminates leading and trailing spaces. नहीं, time complexity तो कहीं दिया हुआ नहीं है. I don't think है. Trim is also removed to white spaces. Return the new object. Uh, uh, uh. Can we split using any string like split AB? Yes, you can do that. So let's say that my actual string is hello AB, hello AB. Okay, and then again another hello. So if you split by AB and if you run, you will get 3 hellos. Okay. Okay, so why need trim at the end? So what is happening? Let's say that my initial input was hello world. After converting it to an array, it became hello and world. Okay. Now when I'm adding this to my answer, I'm doing answer is equal to world plus blank space. Then again I'm doing answer is equal to hello plus blank space, right? So मेरा आंसर क्या बन रहा है? आंसर is becoming world blank space hello blank space. But this is not right. I don't need this blank space at the end. That is why I'm doing a trim. Yes, this can be handled by a condition. So let's say that I can just do if I is greater than 0. If I is greater than 0, then do this. Else this. Then you don't need to trim at the end. Okay. Let's see. So this case also worked. Okay. S dot split. So I have explained it before. Were you not in the class at that time? So basically, see, I have 3 hellos here. Okay. If I want to split it by a space, I can add the space. I can run it. And I am getting 3 hellos. Okay. Now let's say that there are more than one spaces in between any 2 particular words. I run it. You can see that the split is not happening properly because of the multiple blank spaces in between. The split is happening again and again, and I'm getting a blank space in the output over here itself, right? But if I want to handle multiple blank spaces in between 2 words, I'll just add a plus, and that will basically handle multiple blank spaces. So one occurrence or more than one occurrence, both of them will be handled. Okay. Yeah, so ये वही तो case है. This case you can see the input is with spaces in the front and back. Append is basically concatenation for string builder. कुछ भी concatenate करना है string builder में तो you can use that. String builder में trim कैसे किया था? String builder में trim नहीं किए, पहले string को trim किए, उसके बाद उसको string builder में convert किए, उसके बाद एक actually नया string builder object बनाए for my answer, and then I am converting my answer to a string and then trimming. I'm not calling trim on string builder, but I think you can call trim on string builder as well. Line number 9. Don't bother about this line actually. Acha, theek hai. Let me just explain once again. So hello and world, when I have these 2 cases, I want to add a space every time I add a word. Is that clear? I want to add a space every time I add a word. है ना, Shailesh? But when I'm adding the last word, do I want to add the space? No. So that is why I'm just adding a if condition to check. If I am at the last word, then don't add the space. Otherwise, you add the space. Is this clear now? Okay. Just going to post this on our doc. What is the date, guys? Fourteenth. Okay. And let me post this. Share the link of doc. I think the link is available to everyone. Why do I have to share it in every class? The link is available on Discord, guys. Please open it up and keep it bookmarked because you want to use this doc for the next 2 months at least. You can also skip the iteration. It would be easy. Can we do that? So instead of you are saying instead of doing this split by this, you want to skip the string if it is equal to a blank. So over here I just have to add this plus, but over there I have to add a separate condition. Which one is better? You tell me. And by adding this plus, I also got a chance to explain this to you guys, right? Homework question is posted on the top of this doc every day. Okay, guys, let's move to the next one in that case. Okay. I hope you are aware about plus now. Okay, so spiral matrix. Oh, this is pretty simple. इसमें खाली the only thing that you need to keep in mind while solving this one is just how the flow is going to work. Okay. Do you remember the other matrix question that we did in which we discussed the layers of a matrix, right? We discussed layers of a matrix in that. Yes, this is done in first module, but it is being done over here because we want to remind you of this question. Okay. So guys, how do I want to print this matrix? I want to go in a spiral fashion, right? So I will start from this first element. I will move to this direction, then I will move downwards, then I will move to this side, then I will move upwards, and then I will move inside, right? Now this matrix can be of any dimension n cross n, right? N cross n, m cross n. Okay, so it can be of any dimension m cross n, and I want to print it in a spiral fashion, right? So let's say that if I have a 3 cross 4 matrix, so first I will print this, then this, then this, then this, and finally till here. I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Now I hope you all know what is a 2-pointer approach, right? But in this question we require 4 pointers. What are you sharing? Can you share doc link? Guys, please just bookmark the doc link now. Discord page is already available, and just bookmark it for yourself. You will be referring it to for I think 3-4 months. See, even I have this bookmarked. See, module D November and the previous module also I have. So ऐसे bookmark में add कर सकते हैं यहाँ पर button दबा के. ठीक है. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this matrix into components. What are the components that I want to divide? One is this. The next one is this. After that, this. Then this. And then finally just this. Is this clear, everyone? If I take a bigger matrix as well. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Let's take a bigger matrix. I will also divide this one into components. Now, how am I dividing? I am making a component from the first element till the second last element. Then again, I'm making a component from the first element till the second last element. Then again, a component from first till second last. Then again from first till second last. And then this is a separate one. समझ में आया? So first till second last is one component. Is this clear? Now I can have a matrix of any dimension. So let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So isme again from first till second last, from first till second last, first till second last, first till second last, again first till second last. Is this clear, everyone? I hope this is clear, everyone, right? ठीक है, तो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पे जाते हैं. इसमें खाली you have to keep in mind how 5 cross 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's copy this. One, two, three, four, 5 and 6. Okay. So one component first till second last, again first till second last, again first till second last, again first till second last. Okay. So can I say, guys, that my outer layer is completed now? Can I say that my outer layer is completed? Now, can I also consider the matrix inside as a matrix in itself? The elements that are inside here, can I consider it as a matrix in itself? Yes. ठीक है, तो इसमें भी I can apply the same principle. First till second last, first till second last, first till second last, and first till second last. Again here, this I have this single one column matrix. I can apply same thing. First till second last, first till second last. Is this clear to everyone now? Right. So let's try to implement it, guys. कैसे करेंगे? Anybody have any idea? I want to maintain 4 pointers where I want to start and where I want to end. So every time I will maintain column ka start, column ka end, and row ka start, row ka end. Is that clear? Excuse me. Yes. So let's come to the code. सबसे पहले let's take a note of the dimensions. ठीक है? What are my dimensions? Right. How can we approach this problem, guys? What is the return type? It is a list of integer. So I basically want to return the list that is generated, right? I want to return it in this fashion. So I will require an array list, right? So array list of type integer, and let's say it is res is equal to new array list again of type integer. Okay, this is my result variable. I hope everybody is satisfied with that. Okay, now guys, what is the minimum value of a row and what is the maximum value of a row that I can have? What is the minimum value of row and what is the maximum value of row? Can you tell me? No, tell me in terms of the matrix variable. I can say int row, let's say row 1 is equal to 0, right? the starting row is 0. And similarly, I can say column 1 is equal to 0. Are these two variables clear? Why is row 1 and column 1 0? Because the first row is 0 and the first column is 0. Now, what is the last row? Row 2 is equal to matrix dot length. That gives me the number of rows in a matrix, right, guys? And similarly, I can have column 2. Column 2 is equal to matrix 0 dot length. Is this clear, guys? So now I have the starting and ending points of both my row and column. Is that clear, guys? No, I am coming to that. Why am I having it matrix dot length? I'll come to that. Now, guys, in two-pointer approach, what do? What is the condition in the while loop that you add in two-pointer approach? While start is less than end. Do you agree? Your condition is while start is less than end. But over here also, I will create a while loop, but that while loop will be while row 1 is less than row 2, right? I want to keep the starting of the row less than the ending of the row. And I also want to keep the starting of the column less than ending of the column. So how many conditions will I have here? Matrix का zero dot length नहीं पता है. Matrix का zero dot length का मतलब है the number of columns in the matrix. Matrix का if I have an array of arrays, then matrix 0 is an array and matrix 0 का length is the number of columns in the matrix. Yes. So I will have while row 1 is less than row 2 and column 1 is less than column 2. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. Now, guys, can you see that I am covering one layer by 4 components? Can you see that I am covering one layer by using 4 components every time? इस inner layer को छोड़ दो, इस पे बाद में आएंगे. But tell me, any other generic layer, I am covering it using 4 components, right? So I will write one for loop for each component. Is this clear? So I will just write. So first, my first component. What am I iterating for my first component, guys? I am iterating columns. Do you agree? I am iterating columns in the first component. Do you agree with that? So I will say for int I is equal to the starting point of my first component is the 0th index, call 1, right? And I should be less than call 2, right? And I will do I plus plus. Is this clear? And now I will just do res dot add matrix ka. Which row am I concerned with right now, guys? Which row am I concerned with? I'm concerned with row 1, right? So I will add matrix row 1 and I will add I. Is this clear? Now, guys, after I have iterated this, can I just increment the value of row 1? After I have iterated this, can I increment the value of row 1? Right. So I have added 1, 2, and 3. Can I say that I have added 1, 2, and 3 now? After this for loop, can I say I have added 1, 2, and 3? Right. So is my row 1 done with? Is my row 1 done with the 0th index of the row? Is it done? Yeah, so you Arindam, you can do it like that also, but this is also another approach. Like if you want to take from first to second last, then yes, you can just say that you want to decrement the column 2. Yeah. But after the execution of this loop, can I say that I have added the first row, guys? Why no? I am iterating from column 1 till column 2, right? What is the value of column 2? Column 2 is matrix 0 dot length. So it will go from the first till the last, right? है ना? So is my row 1 done with? So I can do row 1 plus plus. Do you agree? Is this clear to all? Right. Now I can just add another for loop for this part, right? Now I want to add the last column. If I want to add the last column, what am I iterating? Am I iterating columns or am I iterating rows? I am iterating rows, right? So for again, I can take the same variable I is equal to column, I is equal to row 1, I less than row 2, I plus plus. What do I want to do? I will do res dot add matrix. I am adding the row, so this part is variable now, and the column, which am I adding? I'm adding column 2. So, but column 2 value is matrix ka 0 dot length, so I can say column 2 minus 1. ठीक है? You want to do it like that, guys? So we can, no problem, we can just take that approach. उसके लिए सबसे पहले तो I will just decrement the value of column 2 to be this and decrement this to be this. ठीक है? ठीक है, let's discuss both of them. Let's just complete this one, then we can do the second last one approach also. ठीक है? दोनों करेंगे, no problem. So now can I say, guys, that this particular column, the last column, can I say that it is added? So my column 2 initial value is matrix 0 dot length. If I try to access this index, it will overflow. Do you agree? Matrix 0 dot length, अगर इसको इस index को access करेंगे तो overflow हो जाएगा, because the last index is matrix 0 dot length minus 1, right? That is why column 2 minus 1. And now I can say column 2 minus minus, right? ठीक है? Everybody okay with this so far? Now what do I want to do, guys? Now I want to add the last row. I want to add the last row. So again, I will be iterating this columns, but is my order reversed? Am I iterating in a reverse order? Yes. I will iterate from the last column till the first column. So it will be for int I is equal to column 2 minus 1 I greater than equal to column 1, comma I plus plus. Does this look right? I greater than equal to column 1, I minus minus. Yeah. But till which point do I want to iterate? I want to iterate till column 1. I want to iterate till column 1 is greater. So I will cover this entire part. But do I want to cover the entire part? That is the thing. I think we can go ahead with this one only. Yes. Then I will do res dot add matrix ka I want to add row 2, and the value of row 2 is matrix dot length. So I will do row 2 minus 1, and I will add the ith value every time. Okay. Now guys, what do I want to increment or decrement at this point? I can say that my last row is done with. So I will do row 2 minus minus. And finally, I can have the last loop, which will add the first column, right? So int I is equal to row 2 minus 1, right? And I is greater than equal to row 1, comma I minus minus. Res dot add matrix ka. I want to add matrix ka I and column 1. I want to add column 1 and I. Yes. And finally, I can say column 1 plus plus. This should do it. Let's try to return it and then we can figure out. Return res. Okay. Yeah. Some minor tweaks we may have to do, guys. So we can just adjust that. No issues. Okay, I think I got it. एक if condition लगेगा यहाँ पर for if row 1 if row 1 is less than row 2, and similarly यहाँ पर if column 1 is less than column 2. Yes, both the cases passed. So guys, let me just explain it quickly and then we can do the first to second last approach one as well. Okay. Excuse me. So let's take a simple matrix, guys. Nothing fancy, nothing complicated. And I am just saying R1, R2, C1, C2. Okay. Initially 0, 0, and this is equal to 4, and this is equal to 3. Is it clear so far, everyone? Right. अब क्या करना है? While loop. What is the while loop being used for? For different layers. I hope this everybody knows. Why? What is the purpose of the while loop? For different layers. Why? Because all the layers are handled by each for loop. All the components of the layer is handled by the for loop, and the while loop is handling different layers of the matrix. I hope that is clear, guys. Okay. So now let's see what the first for loop is doing. Okay. first for loop is iterating from the first column till the last column, right? First column till the last column. So this got printed, this got printed, this got printed. Okay, and my row value got incremented. So this became row 1 became 1. Is this clear, guys? Why did row 1 become 1? Because my row 1 is done. I don't want to print it anymore, right? Now, the second for loop, what does it do? It will just say, it will just iterate the last column. So for I is equal to row 1 till row 2. So this got printed, this got printed, and this got printed. Is this clear? Are you following, guys? Okay. Sir, will all 3 elements get printed in first row? Yes. So ultimately, the सारे elements print करने आपको. Okay. Now column 2 is decremented. So this becomes 2. Okay. Now if row 1 is less than row 2, what is the value of row 1, guys? It is 1. What is the value of row 2? It is 4. Is it less? Yes, it is less. So now what will happen? This will get printed and this will get printed. Okay. And the value of row 2 is getting decremented. The value of row 2 is getting decremented. So this becomes 3. Okay. Now, again, if column 1 less than column 2, is column 1 less than column 2? Yes. So this will be printed, this will be printed, and column 1 ka value increment ho raha hai, right? Now, can I say that the first 4 for loop iterations are complete and my first layer is printed? Can I say this, guys? My first layer is printed, right? ठीक है. इसके बाद again this inner matrix is of dimension 2 cross 1 and I want to print the inner matrix as well. So what will I say? For I is equal to column 1, I less than column 2. Will any iteration happen with these values? Will any iteration happen with these values, guys? The corner elements are not getting printed because we are doing these value changes. So will any iteration happen? Column 1 is equal to 1, column 2 is equal to 2. One iteration can happen. Yes. Right. One iteration can happen. So which value is getting printed, guys? What is the value of row 1? Matrix ka 1, 1 is getting printed. What is 1, 1? This one. Is this clear, guys? Is this clear? Yes. So then duplicates are getting printed. I'll explain that. So is this clear, guys? Matrix ka 1, 1 is getting printed here. For this for loop iteration, is it clear? Right? अब इसके बाद row 1 plus plus यानी this becomes 2. Now for I is equal to row 1, I less than row 2. Is any iteration happening? Yes, one iteration will happen. What is that iteration here? That iteration is matrix ka I, which is again matrix ka 1, comma, column 2 minus 1. Column 2 minus 1. Wait. Row 1 less than row 2, column 2 minus 1. So this means a duplicate is getting printed. I think we made some mistake while, oh no, it is 2, 1. Yes. So this value is getting printed. ठीक है? ठीक है? तो पूरा matrix print हो गया. Do you all agree that the entire matrix is printed at this point? ठीक है? Now just imagine that the if conditions are not here. Just imagine that the if conditions are not here. अब क्या है? अब अगर iteration और run होगा, तो I will have duplicate values. So for I is equal to column 2 minus 1. What is column 2 minus 1? It is 1. And I. So column 2 minus 1 से लेकर column 1 तक. So one iteration can happen because I am saying I is equal to 1 and I should be greater than equal to 1. So one iteration will happen. What will that print? That will print matrix ka row 2 minus 1, which is matrix ka 2, comma 1 again. So this value is getting printed duplicate. Is this clear? Again, over here, let's see if we get any duplicates. So over here, it is row 2 minus 1, which is this से लेके row 1 तक. So again, a duplicate will get printed here because one iteration is happening. That is why I have added these if conditions to prevent any duplicate iterations. I hope this is clear why the if conditions are there. Everybody clear, right? 144 folks, tell me. Matrix dot length and matrix ka 0 dot length. This is a very elementary thing. So what is a matrix? It is an array of arrays, right? So okay. So this is a matrix. I hope you know this. Who is asking? Manoj, right? Right. This is a matrix. If I say m ka 0, then what am I referring to? I am referring to this entire array, right? I am referring to this entire array. है ना? Now, can I get the length of the first element? Can I do this? Yes, I can do this. So, what is the number of rows? The number of rows is the number of elements, and the number of columns is the number of elements inside each element of the matrix. समझ में आया? Clear है? ठीक है. So, do you guys want me to explain the component approach as well? Otherwise, we will proceed with joins today. अरे वो exception दे देगा तुमको. If you run it like this, it will just throw an exception. Index out of bounds. Okay, let me just share this code with you guys and we can start off with SQL today. ठीक है. So I hope guys that last class में the join operations were clear. How am I joining two elements and what are the different joins that we discussed in last class, right? Three types of joins we discussed, right? One was the regular join, one was left outer join, and the other one was right outer join. है ना? किस किस को clear है? किस किस को याद नहीं है? Clear है mostly, I guess. Not clear, okay. Quick revise, ठीक है. Join operation करता क्या है? What does a join operation do? Is that clear to you? What does a join operation do? What is the purpose of a join operation? Is that clear? Right? A join operation is used to join two tables based on a common row, a common column, right? Now, there is a regular join. What does the regular join do, guys? It will basically take all the elements that are common in both of the tables, right? So let's say that I have a user table and I have an order table. If I take a regular join of user and order, what will happen? I will get all the users with all of their orders. But the users who have not placed an order, which is this one, will not come in the resultant table. Is this clear? Is this clear, guys? The users who have not placed an order will not come in the resultant table, right? I hope everybody remembers. mention in the chat, guys, if you are having any difficulty. We can just deep dive as well. Okay, so let me open up that SQL workbench. So yesterday, I hope everybody remembers the two tables that we had, right? Everybody remembers the two tables that we have, the orders table and the customers table, right? Now, guys, it is possible that there can be a customer who has not placed any orders. The customer has just an account, but the customer did not place any orders. So if I do a regular join, what will happen? Since the customer ID of this particular customer is not present in the orders table, that customer won't have any space in the join. Okay? That customer's row won't be displayed. So you can see that customer ID 1 is not present over here. But if I do a left outer join, what will happen? All the customer IDs will be what happened? From customer अच्छा चल लेफ्ट हो गया ना, इसको ऑपोजिट कर दिए थे अपनी लास्ट क्लास में. Yeah. So if I'm doing a left outer join, what is happening? All the customers, even if they have not placed an order, they are coming into the table. And you can see that their values are null. Is this clear? And if I just do a right outer join, then all the orders who do not have a customer will also be displayed. But that is not possible because you cannot place an order without a customer. So I hope the three basic joins are clear, everyone. ठीक है, आगे जा सकते हैं. Yeah, there is a left inner. We'll come to that. So let's just do some basic join questions. Simple सा कुछ उठाते हैं. Let's start with something simple. Let's take this one only. Yes, regular join and inner join is same basically. If you write just join and if you write inner join, they do the same thing. Same thing is also achieved by natural join. Only natural join you don't have to define the on clause. Or try to clear the cache on your computer. So I am given two tables, guys. Given a city and a country table, query the names of all the cities where the continent is Africa. Okay. So city table and country table, and I want to query all the names of where the continent is Africa. So can I see the city? Can I see the continent field in the city table, guys? Can I see the continent field here? No. Where is the continent field present? It is present over here in the country table, right? It is present in the country table. I hope, guys, that you are able to read the table just by looking at this schema. Are you able to read the table now? Right. Table, nobody will give you an example of a table. Everybody will only show you the schema. So schema read karna seekh lo. That will help you a lot. So I have the continent field in the country table and I want to print all the cities where continent is Africa. Now, guys, can you tell me what is the common thing between city and continent? Is there anything common? नो. पॉपुलेशन तो कंट्री का पॉपुलेशन रहेगा और सिटी में सिटी का पॉपुलेशन रहेगा. यस, द कंट्री कोड इज द फॉरेन की. सो सिटी में कंट्री कोड इज द फॉरेन की एंड ओवर हियर द कोड इज द
The code is the primary key, right? So I want to join on the country code c dot country code and country dot code. ठीक है? So I will do क्या चाहिए इसको? Query the name. So I only want the city name. Select name from city. Let's call it CI. ठीक है? Select name from city CI. Join country CO on CO dot code is equal to CI dot country code. ठीक है? So this will perform the join for me. Name field list is ambiguous. Name field list is ambiguous. What is the problem here? अच्छा दो टेबल्स है तो दोनों में नेम है राइट सो आई हैव टू डू ci.name. Okay, so I'm getting all the cities right now. I just want to filter based on the continent. So basically where continent कहाँ पर है country के अंदर है right. So CO dot is equal to Africa. Clear है everyone? Is this query clear guys? Anybody having any doubts? Code and country code will have common values. Yes, won't be same, but they have common values. So country का टेबल कैसा है? country का टेबल है इंडिया का IND है कोड, नेम इज इंडिया, कॉन्टिनेंट इज एशिया. वैसे ही सिटी में क्या है? सिटी में लेट्स से देयर इज अ सिटी कॉल्ड कोलकाता, बट कोलकाता का भी कंट्री कोड तो IND ही रहेगा ना. So I have explained this before. If I write any name like this after the table name, it is called a alias. So what is an alias? An alias is basically a short form for a table. So अभी तो you are seeing small table names like city, country. आगे चल के when you are actually working professionally, you will see very long table names. So you are just giving it a temporary name or basically a alias to easily access its columns. Is this clear? So have you installed MySQL or some other compiler? Online में I can't say. Online compilers for SQL are very bad. Try to install MySQL now. Oracle का भी मत करो. MySQL is the one we are teaching with, and MySQL is the most common one. Is this clear to everyone now? Is this query clear? ठीक है. Let's take up another question. Average population in each continent. ठीक है, तो एवरेज पॉपुलेशन निकालना है तो आई थिंक यू गाइस कैन गेस दैट एवीजी का यूज होगा समवेयर, राइट? समवेयर और द अदर एवरेज विल बी यूज्ड. या सो प्रीतम, आई विल शेयर द डेटा, द टेबल डेटा विद यू. Yeah, I can share a file with you guys that has the database. I'll share it on Discord in some time. ठीक है. What do you mean, Gagan? Code I have given in the doc. Now guys, what is the question? Again, I have the same tables, city and country. I want to query the names of all the continents. I want to query the names of all the continents and their respective city populations round down to the nearest integer. Okay. So एक continent ले लिया, ठीक है? I have picked up one continent and inside that continent I want to find the average population of all the cities. So guys, can you tell me which clause will I be using here? I will be using the aggregation operation, definitely average. But what do I want to do? I want to group my cities based on the continent. So I will be using the group by clause, right? Okay. So I can do, actually I can paste some of the code. So this join, this is going to happen. I hope this all of you know, right? But instead of the name, I want to select AVG of the city population. So CI dot city dot population. Is this clear, everyone? And now I want to group by which variable do I want to group by, guys? CO dot continent. And अच्छा yes, round down भी करना है, round down to the nearest integer. So round down करने के लिए floor use कर लेते. Wrong answer. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can be the mistake? Acha, yes. So I want to group by the continent. So I need to, do I need to select the continent also? I think I need to select the continent also. Yes, this is output. So values were correct, but we also wanted to print the continent names. यहाँ पर sample output दिया हुआ नहीं है, इसलिए that is a little confusing. Is this clear, guys? The same type of join I am doing. Only thing is I am grouping by the continents and finding the average for each continent. ठीक है? Okay. So क्या हो रहा है? देखो, I am selecting two values. One, I am selecting CO dot continent, and other thing I am selecting CI dot population. मतलब every city's population I am taking and I am selecting the continent of that particular city. I am joining the tables city and country based on the country code, and now I am grouping by the countries based on continent. So it is looking something like this. So let's say that I have Asia. Let's say there is one city in Asia that has population 700. Again, I have Asia, population is 800. Then I have Africa, population is 750. Again, Africa, population is 750. Then I have South America, 600. Again, South America, 1200. ठीक है? So what is this? This is the continent and this is the population, right? Now, when I apply group by, I want to group by based on the continent. So if you read it like English, if I ask you to group by this data based on the continent, what will you do? You will group by like this. ठीक है? समझ में आया? You will group by based on the continent they are from, and after that you want to apply the average to the population. So इसका average 750 हो जाएगा, इसका average 750, इसका average हो जाएगा 900. Is this clear? Everybody clear with this one? Let me share the code. ठीक है? और क्या करते हैं, एक और क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं. Which one do you want me to take? Let's take this one, the report. This looks like something different. Oh no, this one you won't do. ये थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाएगा अभी के लिए. You want to do this one, population census? Advanced join, I don't know if we want to discuss right now because it will be too much for you. Basic joins ही कर लेते हैं. I think that should be it for now. But okay, let's take up one or two questions. I don't, but some of them can get a little lengthy. That is why I'm a little hesitant to discuss longer questions for now. Challenges wala, let me read it. What is the question? Julia asked her students to create some coding challenges, write a query to print the hacker ID name, sort the results with if more than one student created a single number of challenge, sort the hacker ID. This has two tables. This can get a little complicated, I guess. नहीं, not this one. अभी इसको नहीं लेना है. Let's do the easy one only right now. This one we solved, right? इसको तो अभी submit नहीं किया. So in an interview, you can expect two tables, and you can expect the one of the columns to be same, and the person can ask you to filter it out or group it by a certain thing and order in a certain way. Actually, if I start with those, I'll have to explain another concept. That is why I don't want to start with them right now. I think I did some of the questions with the previous module, but I think this is exactly the same question, no difference. इसमें खाली एशिया की जगह अफ्रीका डालना है और यहाँ पे सम करना. So these questions are pretty easy and straightforward. Group by co.continent, where अच्छा नहीं, इसमें ग्रुप बाय का शायद जरूरत नहीं है, खाली where co.continent is equal to HTR. We can give any short name for tables. क्या इशू है? Given the city and country table, query the sum of population of all city. So I want the population of all the cities. So ci dot population, yes, which is co dot continent का जरूरत नहीं है. Yeah. ठीक है. So since basic joins are done, guys, let's start with your data definition language, which is creating tables and updating tables. So Let me just open up my SQL. I think it is already running somewhere. That is why. ये प्रॉब्लम होता है यार SQL के साथ. I was trying to install it on Ubuntu when I was in my college, but तब भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है. Access denied using password. SQL is running. Check that MySQL is reachable. Make sure your Ubuntu and password. Let me just open up Task Manager and clear up the. Okay, guys. So let's discuss your data definition language. How to create tables. Yes, there is a self-join Vibhuti, and we will discuss that as well. But let's come to data definition language for now. Okay. Data definition language. So there are two types of languages in SQL. मतलब two types of ways you write SQL. One is your DDL, which is your data definition language, and one is your DML, which is your data manipulation language. Okay, are these two clear? What does data definition language do? It is basically used to define the structure of your data. It is used to define structure of data. And what is data manipulation language? It is used to manipulate / change data. Now, guys, are you aware about the term metadata? Are you aware about this term metadata? What is metadata, guys? Metadata is basically data about data. Okay. So let's say that you have a selfie in your phone. If you have a selfie in your phone, what is the information that you can view about this selfie? You can view about the image name, right? You can check the date when it was clicked. You can check the size. You can check the resolution. You can check what else? You can check the color gamut, right? All those things you can check. So what is this? Essentially, can I say that my picture is a JPG file and this is data itself? So what is this? This is the data about my data, which is my image, right? So this is called metadata. I hope this is clear, right? अब metadata का यूज क्या है? Metadata is used to describe the data, right? Metadata is used to describe the data. Now, guys, similarly, you have already seen me talking about table schema. I have talked about table schema a lot. Can I say that a table schema is metadata of a table? Can I say that table schema is metadata of a table? Tell me. Yes. Table schema is basically metadata about my table, right? So मेरा table का कौन सा column में what type of values will be there? That is what my table schema tells me, है ना? So now in your data definition language, what are you doing? You are defining, right? So when you are working with data definition language, you are creating schema of a table. Is this clear? And when you are doing data manipulation language, you are manipulating data of the table. Is this clear? Everybody followed? Okay. So let's come to one of the simple ones, right? So let's go to the customers table itself. Yes, so this one. I will just explain the easy stuff for now. What do I have here, guys? I have basically an SQL query that is creating a new table in my database. I am creating table customers. So this is the table name. Is this clear, everyone? Is this clear, guys? Now, in every line over here, I am defining the particular column, right? So I have my customer ID. I am saying that it is an integer that can have maximum 11 digits. Okay? I am saying that it is an integer that can have maximum 11 digits. Now, I am also saying that it is not null. What value is not null, guys? My primary key is not null. Is that clear? Now I am also giving this parameter auto increment. Okay. So guys, whenever you are given a roll number, the roll number is generated, right? The roll number is generated from somewhere. There is no person sitting and writing down a new roll number for you. It is auto generated, right? Do you agree? Your roll number is auto generated whenever you take admission into a college, or let's say that you created an account of Zomato. Do you think that a Zomato employee will give you a new ID, or will it be done automatically? Your ID will be created automatically. Do you agree with this? Right. So what does auto increment do? It will take the maximum value in table, maximum value of customer ID in the table, and just increment it by 1 and give you that ID. समझ में आया? Yes, exactly, Gagan. It will take the maximum value of the last ID and increment it by 1 and give you that ID. So let's say that my customer table had 3-4 customers that have taken ID 1, 2, and 3. Now, if I add another value here, which ID will you get? Can you tell me? You will get ID 4. Okay? Auto increment is clear, right? Yes, you don't require. You don't need any code. This is just consider this as a utility function in SQL that will automatically do that for you. Now again, guys, I have the first name. It is a variable character that can have maximum length 50. It is also not null. I have the last name, variable character length 50, not null. I have a birth date, right? So date is also a data type. Date is also a data type in SQL. How do you write a date in SQL? You write date लिखने का बहुत सारा format है, but the most common one is this one. ठीक है? This is how you write the date. Now in SQL, if you do this will return true. Is this clear? I'm coming to your doubt, Sagar. 1 minute. Now it takes a phone number. Again, it is a variable character of length 50. 50 length required nahi hai, I know, but still. Again, address variable character 50, not null. City, state, points. Points का क्या मतलब हुआ? Points मतलब a customer is making purchases in my app and I am giving them points based on the purchases. ठीक है? So the points is not null, but I am saying default equals 0. So while adding the data to the table, even if I don't define the points of the customer, by default it will take value 0. Is this clear? So if I add a new customer and I only provide these values and I don't provide the points, then it will automatically be assigned 0. Is this clear, everyone? And after all your columns are defined, you just define your primary key and you say the primary key in between these brackets. Okay? Everybody clear? It will, I think 0 will be converted into an integer. Actually, I got this database code from some online website, so I haven't written it. ठीक है, default 0 तब clear हो जाएगा when I come to the addition of data. ठीक है. Now let's say I am adding data. Yes. So guys, while adding data, the syntax is like this: insert into table name. Okay? Insert into table name, and then you write values. What does values mean? Values means that after this keyword, I am giving you an array that you have to take as values. Varchar, you can say variable string. Yes, exactly. It is that, matlab, the maximum length that you define is the maximum length that the string can take. But since it is a character, while actually saying about it, you can say variable character or something like that. If anyone don't provide any not null value, then what happens? Coming to the insert. So guys, I am doing insert into customers 1. What is 1? 1 is the primary key, which is the customer ID. Now this is the first name, this is the last name, this is her date of birth, and then this is her phone number. Then what is this? This is the address, and this is the city, and this is the country code. And now you can see that I have given the points. I have also given her points. But if this field was not provided, then points would have been automatically given the default value, which is 0. Is this clear? If I don't provide this particular field, the points will become 0 by default. Is that clear, guys? ठीक है. इसके अलावा फॉरेन की का एक एक्सप्लेन कर देते हैं. What was the table name? Orders. Where are orders? Yes, this is it. Important stuff is up till here. ठीक है. अब देखो, I have another similar kind of table. Create table name. Everybody knows. Now I have the order ID. Again, the order ID is an integer. Maximum number of digits 11. it is not null, and I am again doing auto increment. Why? Because it is the order ID, it has to be unique. That is why I'm incrementing every time. Is that clear, everyone? Now I have the customer ID. I have the customer ID, which is again integer 11, and it is not null. Okay. Again, order date is a date, not null. The status is different order status. By default, the status is being assigned to 1. Okay. Let's say that the programmer said that 1 is equal to processing and 0 is equal to fulfilled. Okay. So by default, any order added will be in processing state. Is that clear, guys? Tiny int basically just like you have a byte in Java. Just like you have a byte in Java, वैसे tiny int is a small integer. Does not take up a lot of space. Correlate these stuffs. मतलब because Java is not the only language that you are going to learn, right? When you start actually working, you will be working with 4 or 5 languages at the same time. So तब you won't have time to actually go and look up the definition of each and every new keyword that you see. Some things that you just need to understand by your common sense. कि tiny int मतलब हो सकता है जावा के साथ कोरिलेट कर लो. It can be a byte, right? Now again, comments is a varchar, shipping date is a date, shipper ID. This is also a foreign key, which I'll come to later. And over here, the primary key is order ID. Okay. Now, guys, I have created the table orders, but have I told this table that this key is from another table? Have I told this table that this key is from another table? No. So how will I tell it? I will tell it by adding this. ठीक है. इसको इग्नोर करो. जस्ट से जैसे प्राइमरी की यू ऐड प्राइमरी की ऑर्डर आईडी, वैसे ही यू विल ऐड फॉरेन की कस्टमर आईडी, एंड देन यू हैव टू टेल द टेबल कि इसका रेफरेंस कहाँ है. इसका रेफरेंस कहाँ है मतलब दिस की कैन बी रेफर्ड फ्रॉम टेबल कस्टमर्स and the name of the column that you want to search for is customer ID. ठीक है. So this is a foreign key. ठीक है. This line is saying that this is a foreign key. This line is saying that it is from customers, and this is saying that this is its name in that table. Is this clear, guys? Is the foreign key line clear? Now I'll explain this part. Guys, usually your primary key of any table is not, you don't edit the primary key of any table. ठीक है? You don't edit the primary key of any table. But let's say that the primary key of a particular table got edited. Okay? So let's say that a person had a roll number of 5 and it got edited to 20. Now, what will this do on update cascade? इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका मतलब है if this particular key, if this particular customer ID gets changed in the parent table, then if that is updated, then all the values in this table which have this customer ID will be changed from 5 to 20. समझ में आया? ठीक है. I'll explain it once again. Foreign key customer ID, इसका मतलब है कि this customer ID inside my table is a foreign key. ठीक है. This customer ID inside my table is a foreign key. ये line clear हो गया सबको? Everybody is clear with this line? Now what is this saying? That you can, I am taking this foreign key from this customers table. ठीक है? This part is clear. Now the name of the column that you want to match is this from that table. Clear? Now let me explain this on update cascade. So let's say that I have a customers table. ठीक है? इसमें let's say that I have 1 2 3 4 customer ID, name A B C D. Now I have the orders table. And let's say that customer 1 had XY, customer Z had, sorry, customer 1 had X and Y, customer 4 had XXYY. Okay. Now let's say that somehow I edit the ID of this particular customer and from 4 I make it 5. Okay. I edited the ID of that customer. Is that clear? So समझ में आया क्या हुआ? On update, is the ID of that customer updated? Is the ID of that customer updated? Yes. So what function will be called? The on update function will be called. What will the on update function do? It will cascade. What does cascade do? Cascade will basically update all the 4 to 5. So over here in this table, the 4 got changed to 5. So now, since there is no customer with ID 4, all these orders cannot be identified, right? That is why I want to change this to 5 also, so that these orders can be identified. Is this clear? No, if you change customer ID from here, then it won't be affected here. It is from parent table to the child table, not the other way around. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, cascade sync हो रहा है basically. हाँ, ऐसे बोल सकते हैं. Customer is parent because it is providing the foreign key. Is the entire line about foreign key clear to everyone? No doubts, right? Now any table can have multiple foreign keys as well. ठीक है? So इस table में I have another foreign key which is let's say shippers. ठीक है? So Amazon से guys जब भी order करते हो कोई ना कोई shipper रहता है, right? So Amazon से order करोगे तो Cloudtail रहेगा, कभी कोई और shipper रहेगा, कभी कोई तीसरा shipper रहेगा, right? So जैसे मेरे customers का table है, you said primary key is not updated. Primary key, it is not a good practice to update your primary key, but it is possible. You can update the primary key. So अगर primary key यहाँ पर change हो रहा है 4 से 5 हो रहा है, तो यहाँ पर अगर वो 4 ही रह जाएगा तो these rows cannot be identified, right? That is why I am changing it to 5. ठीक है? Where was I, guys? Yes. So whenever you place an order from customers, multiple parties are involved, right? You are taking a order, so someone has to sell it to you. Someone has to sell it to you. So that is what is a shipper, right? So हर order का row में there is going to be a shipper as well. कि कौन ये order fulfill कर रहा है? समझ में आया? Who is fulfilling this order, right? So shipper will also be a column in the orders table. Similarly, foreign key क्या है? Shipper ID है. ये देखो यहाँ पर I have the shipper ID. This is my foreign key. Now, what is the reference of the shipper ID? It is the shippers table. And what is the name of that particular column in the shippers table? It is shipper ID. And again, on update cascade. Is this clear? Mostly the primary key is the foreign key, but in some instances you can have different keys also. Mostly that is not the case. ज़्यादातर यही होगा कि the primary key is the foreign key in another table. I hope everybody has followed so far? ठीक है. Now guys, this is another important interview question. The interviewer will ask you what is the difference between DML and DDL. ठीक है. They will ask you what is the difference between DML and DDL. So DDL में क्या कर रहे हैं? DDL में we are defining the metadata of the table, right? DDL क्या हो गया? Create is DDL, right? And DML में क्या हो गया? There is another clause called update. What does update do? Update is used to change values in a row or multiple rows. ठीक है. Update is used to change values in one row or multiple rows. So let's say that you write a query, update the continent. Update continent is equal to Africa. ठीक है. Where country is equal to Egypt. ठीक है. So let's say in my table, by mistake, someone said that Egypt is in Asia. So how will I correct that mistake? I will run this query. I will update the continent to Africa wherever the country has been said Egypt. Is this clear? Yes, insert, update, delete are DML. Yeah. Is the update query clear? No, if you are actually changing the schema of the table, then you are using the alter command, alter, and that is data definition. If you want to change the schema, this is the only way it can be done. ठीक है. Sir, what if condition countries are needed to be changed from Egypt to Africa? तो कंट्रीज का एक एरे बना लो कि कंट्री X, Y, Z और कंपेयर कर लो वेयर कंट्री इन दिस एरे. ऐसे कर लो. डेटा डेफिनेशन में यू आर डिफाइनिंग द स्कीमा. सो स्कीमा डिफाइन करते समय टेबल को इंसर्ट करने का जरूरत नहीं है. यू आर जस्ट क्रिएटिंग द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द टेबल. Now guys, another important question is difference between drop and delete. ठीक है. This is a very important question. वाइवा में हम लोग को बहुत पूछता था इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में. So drop का क्या मतलब है और delete का क्या मतलब है? ठीक है. delete all entries in the table. ठीक है. So basically the structure of the table will be intact, but all the items inside the table that have been inserted will be removed. ठीक है. Is this clear? Delete is clear. And drop क्या करता है? Drop will remove the data as well as metadata. मतलब टेबल का स्ट्रक्चर and the data inside the table both are done, both are removed. Is this clear, everyone? Let's say that I have a table. ठीक है. इसमें there is some information anywhere. ठीक है. If I do delete and table name, what is happening? All the data in my table is getting removed. मतलब टेबल का स्कीमा वैसे का वैसा है. The schema of the table is intact, but the data in the table is gone. But if I do drop table, then the data will also go and the schema will also go. The table basically ceases to exist. table will be removed from the database. Yes, drop is DDL, delete is DML. Everybody followed so far? What are you asking? Truncate. Truncate I have not used. I am not sure about it. Delete versus truncate. Okay, I haven't gotten that question. Let's try to check it online. Okay. Drop by so the truncate table command deletes the data inside the table, but not the table itself. So this is similar to the delete only, but let's see if there is a difference. Truncate versus delete. Delete statement is used when we want to remove some or all the records from the table, while truncate statement will delete entire rows from the table. Delete is DML as it only modifies the table. Truncate is DDL. Okay. Let's just delete from table name where condition. Acha. Okay. Okay, so in delete, I think you can give a where condition. So you can delete selected values only. But in truncate, all the values will be gone. समझ में आया? नहीं, but I think it is maintaining the structure also. Even after truncating, it will maintain the structure. Truncate is DDL. It removes complete data of the table without removing table structure. Yes. So table structure is retained, but all the rows are deleted. So truncate me, you cannot give filters of what value you want to delete. Delete me, you can give the filter. Yeah, nice. Even I'm learning. और क्या है यार? और क्या कराना था? Mostly these are the things. I will just give you guys the code of this entire database, so you guys can practice by yourselves. Subqueries, yes, we will discuss subqueries as well. But first, guys, so normalization we will discuss in DBMS class rather than SQL. This is SQL. DBMS में अपने normalization करेंगे. Okay, let me post it on Discord. Let me share the file on Discord. So you guys are module D month 1, right? Yeah, I have shared it with you guys. क्या बोल रहे हो सर? कुछ क्वेश्चंस भी दीजिए एसक्यूएल के प्रैक्टिस एज वेल एज थ्योरेटिकल. सो गाइस, मोस्टली हैकर रैंक का तो अपने लोग कर लिए. I would suggest एक और अच्छा platform है where you can practice SQL is InterviewBit. So lead code में तो you want to you need to get a subscription for your SQL. So lead code से better InterviewBit में SQL देख लेना, ठीक है? Any video source? SQL के लिए तो यार खाली I mean try to if you want to learn any new keywords, then learn what it does and then just write a query using that keyword, and I hope you will be clear after. SQL for now it is done. We will be discussing a little more SQL जब DBMS करेंगे. DBMS करेंगे तो normalization and other stuff also that is related to DBMS we will do. From next class mostly अपने data structures में वापस आ रहे हैं. We are going to start discussing the data structures questions. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just post your homework in the chat in the doc, so make sure that you look at it. Doc link यार कितने बार I have to share, I don't understand. Why don't you guys just bookmark it? Why don't you guys just जाके Discord में go and look at it? ठीक है? So guys, let's keep it till here for today. Entity relationship and all we will discuss in DBMS. That is in your month 2 of this module. Month 2 का first week या second week में अपने DBMS, networking और operating system ये तीनों topics करेंगे. तो we will give 2 lectures for each of the topics. So तब हो जाएगा, ठीक है? Tomorrow on we will start with DSA. Arrays से start करेंगे. Then we will go with stack, queues, all those things. सब चीज recursion and all everything will come. Text editor project, it is good. Try to make it a little better. SQL is done for now. Yeah. So what I would suggest, guys, just go to InterviewBit and practice the basic questions that we have discussed so far and practice basic join questions. Once you are familiar with those, we can take another class on SQL where we can discuss a little advanced join operations where we have to join multiple tables rather than just 2. ठीक है? Yeah, so from now on, mostly the classes are going to be on DSA. Recursion, I can't say. So we have a mixed bag of questions. So from there, we just pick up one particular topic and we start off with it. Excuse me. What is your question, Vibhuti? Interviewer will mostly focusing on writing queries or creating the database. Mostly writing queries. You will be given a table schema and बोला जाएगा कि I want this data. So your job is to write the query to give them the data. Yeah, I hope I am clear, everyone. Yeah, ठीक है, चलो, good night everyone, bye bye.